It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart? Open your heart. Right here on the Oldie Station, on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation. And we are welcoming your phone calls at 866-972-7247. Well, the world is changing, and we're filled with change. And it's important that we rely on ourselves and we open up to new possibilities for our own journeys. Because you can be a hero within yourself. So tonight we're going to explore what it means to find that light inside and be your own hero. Gone are the days of being rescued. It's time for you to step in and be your own foundation. Build a journey of light and love and build the future that you desire. It doesn't matter all the things that go on around you. You have the power inside. And so tonight we welcome your questions at 866-972-7247. And we're really enthusiastic to talk to all of you. We've been hanging out here for almost 15 and a half years. Coming up just another week, and it's 15 and a half years. Answering questions all across South Florida. And then wherever we stream, we're grateful for iHeartRadio. We're grateful for YouTube and Facebook. We're so grateful for all the opportunities to transmit wherever we go. But this transmittance, this energy that we send forth, we send it forth with an intention. You know, someone asked me, how do I come up with the topic for the show? And do I have notes? There are no notes. There's nothing in front of me to read from. It's just clearly what I'm given by the guides and the angels. It's a topic that pops in my head through a series of, well, almost like word associations. So I may be sitting and talking to Spirit and praying, and I'll get this sense of people's emotions in the world. I'll get this sense of how people have been reacting in the reading room as I sit with them. I'll reflect on things that people have shared with me in their sessions. And I'll sit with Spirit and I'll ask the question, what does the collective need to hear? What can I share that will enlighten them, inspire them, guide them on their journey? And I sit in stillness for what feels like a long time, but it's most likely just a minute. But it's almost as if in that 1 minute I'm taken to another place. A place of peace, a place of joy, a place of knowing. And they'll give me a series of words. And this show, the series of words that led me to where we are now, went something like this. Emotions, hurt, pain, stagnation, fear, anxiety, disruptions, uncertainty, looking for answers, looking for someone to save them, Savior. And these series of words that flew through my mind then stopped. And it was almost as if I had to take all of them and mish them together and create a collage of words, sentiments, feelings, and energy, and allow it to speak to me. So that's what I did. I threw it up. And then I heard it. There's a hero when you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of who you are. And I was like, oh, Mariah Carey. Oh, hero. Oh, there we go. We've got the topic. That's how I got there. And that's how I get there every week. And when I ask the universe, and I ask my guides and angels, what's the topic going to be? And they're like, we don't want to box you in. I always say to them, what is that supposed to mean? And it's almost like they look at me and go, figure it out. Give a broad topic and see where it takes you. And so that's how a monologue is born. It started with a word. And then it comes through me, just as I speak to you now. So where is the hero inside of you? Where's that inner strength, that power? Have we lost sight of that? Are we so overstimulated by the outside stimuli that we feel like we've lost control? That we don't have answers? That we're afraid? That uncertainty that is inside of us, is that robbing us of the power that we have to keep ourselves in the own place of our lives that is meant to be ours? We own our lives. We own the experience. You create the experience for yourself. When we're younger, growing up as children, we're given this sense of we need our parents. We need them to provide for us, to give us the food, the shelter, the safety, the nurturing, the love, the understanding. And so we are taught to rely on others. And it is fabulous to be part of a tribe, a community. But when we find ourselves relying on others more than we rely on ourselves, expecting someone else to rescue us, to save us, to fix our problems, and we don't go within, then we get taken off the path. We get put in a path that creates an alternate reality from the reality we're meant to have. Who is your best advocate? You are. Who is your best voice piece? You are. Who should be your best friend? You. Who should love you the most? You. Who should sit and talk to the divine and receive inspired ideas so that you're always in the right place at the right time with the right people and the right understandings? You. But I ask you, why do we give that power away? Why are we always counting on someone else to introduce us to someone else so that they can speak on our behalf? No one speaks for you better than you. Yes, at times we need to rely on each other. I'm not saying that being your own hero, being responsible for yourself, being accountable, and embracing that you have the power inside of you to be such a brave, courageous human being on this earth that not only can you assist yourself and rise above whatever perceived obstacles you have around you, you can help others. But when we get sidetracked to the vision of what others have for us, that's when we find ourselves in the most uncomfortable spot. We find ourselves in this place of not being true to ourselves, living to meet the expectations of others. That was another word Spirit gave me in the process of sitting in that collage of words and emotions and energy. Expectations. And for a minute I was considering unrealized expectations. Well, that would be a good topic. But that wasn't what Spirit was transmitting to me, so I couldn't go in that direction. But we often have disappointments and unrealized expectations because we set our sights on someone else doing more for us than we are doing for ourselves. We put so many others before ourselves that when we need assistance, there's no one there, and then we fail to save ourselves. There's a statement, your cup must runneth over. If your cup is not running, filled with joy and peace and harmony and knowledge and wisdom and truth and light and love, then how could you ever give so much to others that when you go to help yourself, you're bone dry? There's nothing there. Have you ever stop to recognize the times that you put so many people before yourself and you save so many people from their situations, problems, conditions, issues, and emotional upheavals. That emotionally you were drained and you had no energy to be inspired and connect and allow the divine to work through you so that not only could you fill yourself, but then be of service to others in such a great way. There's a stillness in the air that comes upon us when we sit and we wait for the divine guidance. Fools go where the brave dare not go, right? Fools rush in. We need to be mindful of our energy. We need to be mindful of what we do deserve and what is our birthright, what you're entitled to. Yes, entitled. I don't speak of a time of entitlement. I speak of you're entitled to have desires that exceed your human expectations. Now, how is that possible if you live in a human world? Very much possible. When you surrender all the restraints of the human experience and you open up to allow the universe to feed you a higher version of what you say you desire. On the way here, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about they had asked or hired a company to do some work for them. And they paid a reasonable amount of money, and they felt that they didn't get their value for the short time that they had hired them for. They really didn't feel that they had done much, if anything at all. And that when they looked back, some of their own efforts, their own connections, had already yielded them, their own talent, may I add, had already yielded them some results. But because they were looking for bigger results, they gave that power to someone else. No. There are companies that do things that you cannot do, right? We have to rely on a doctor to at least give us some guidance and some choices that we can do to better our health and overcome a health issue should something arise. We go to the mechanic when our car is acting up because perhaps that's not our area of specialty. When we need to do something in our home, plumbing, electricity, we farm out those actions so that we don't have to do it because we don't know. It's not our area of expertise. So yes, there are times when you will rely on another to help you in a situation or assist us in the journey of an outcome that we don't have the training for. It happens. But you have to be your own champion. If you're in a legal battle, your lawyer does the bidding for you, is your mouthpiece, but you are your champion. You are speaking what you need from that lawyer, and you are pushing the lawyer in the direction of the outcome you want and asking them, relying on them, but still pushing them in the direction to find the case law that supports your stance so that you could win or have a result that's favorable. But ultimately, you're your own champion. I remember a time where there was a legal matter that I was dealing with. And I really couldn't get the lawyer to understand what I wanted. And I remember I sat there and said, well, that's fine, you're fired, and I'll do it myself. And they said to me, I don't advise that, and I don't see how you'll be able to do that. And I looked at them and I said, watch me. And off I went. And 9 motions later, who do you think won? Me. Why? Because I knew I was in the right, and I was doing something that was going to champion a cause that needed addressing. And I needed it to come in a way that was favorable without anything over the top. I just needed the message to be heard and some lines in the sand, some boundaries to be drawn. And if I have to file a bunch of motions to get myself there, then that's what I did. And it's not that I have a legal background, but I knew I was inspired. I sat with the divine, and the divine said, go look up some case law. Go familiarize yourself with a similar situation and speak the truth and direct the judge to cases that are similar without trying to act like a lawyer, because you're not. This is what my spirit guides were saying to me, and just present the matter. And this was way back, years and years ago. But I had my guides pushing me, and my spiritual teacher was still alive at that time, and he was there as my cheerleader. And I had to be my own champion. I had to be the hero. Don't be afraid of who you are. Don't be afraid to find your voice. Don't be afraid to believe in what you believe. And don't ever for 1 minute think that God isn't in control. Do you not know that regardless of what goes on in the world, however grand or small it may be, that there's the hand of God that is guiding and helping every situation? No matter what mankind is up to, God is in control. No matter what we perceive as a positive or a negative outcome, God has the neutral solution so that nothing negative can really impact us until we get to the favorable result. There's nothing in this world that goes on. Yes, we are humans and we have free will, and yes, we have all had a misstep and had moments that have created free will choices that have brought you into relationships or jobs, things that are not comfortable for you. But instead of looking for someone to save you and rescue you from the situation, take that accountability. Step inside of you and ask yourself, how did I get here? And what was I choosing along the way? And where was my fear and my uncertainty? What was I not governing in my emotions? Those are some of the same words that Spirit gave me when I was looking for the monologue. It was all there. But it all adds up to each one of you finding that light inside of you, that talent inside of you, that divine power that will put you on your own unique path. It is not about that next promotion, although that helps us navigate life and afford life. It is about finding your power, finding your rhythm, finding your peace, finding your joy. It is not about, oh, I need a partner, I don't want to be alone. It is about loving yourself and being complete with who you are and asking the universe to give you the path to meet someone who can enhance your life, who can balance your life, who can be an equal vibrational match. This is how we can represent ourselves in the world. This is how we can understand who we are. By finding those simple moments. So, although you may not be preparing for a monologue and sitting for just a minute and getting a download of information and running off, what if you did sit for just one moment and ask the divine, asked your angels, asked your guides, your God, to give you a word, a sense of something to mull over throughout the day? What could that be? Maybe one day you'd get the word of gratitude. or the word of love. So every time you had a thought that was removed from love, frustrated by a coworker, thinking how the dishes are still in the sink and feeling uncomfortable, you allowed your spirit to guide you back to the energy of love. And love is peace and harmony and joy. And when we're in the energy of love and understanding and acceptance, does it really matter if there are dishes in the dishwasher? When we're in the energy of love, does it really matter that our coworker is problematic? I know it could be annoying, but you don't know their wounds. So when you feel frustrated, send them love. And close your office door, right? Do what you can to create the environment of peace around you. You never know the word that God would give you. But that word could make all the difference in your day. And then maybe one day you'll have this collage of words that have come together with a meaning and a purpose and a power that'll help you in your journey to be the best expression of yourself. Because each one of us is a piece of the whole. We are one. We keep thinking that we're separate, but we're not. You and I, as you listen to this program, we have miles between us, perhaps. Some of you listen from out of the U.S. So however the distance may be, we're still together. We are still one. There's an energy that connects us. There's an energy that draws us in. There's an energy that binds us in love. And each one of us is our own hero. And peace and love are our armor. And therefore we're always protected. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. I would love to hear from you. Right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, all across the nation. 866-972-7247. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
And we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube. And you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another.
We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did
Yes, the world is changing. And what we did before, maybe it didn't work. But it's time for you, it's time for me to make a change and be your own hero and step into your power and your light. We're welcoming your phone calls right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah at 866-972-7247. We're so happy to have you join us here on the Oldie Station on 95.3, 95.9, 96.9, 106.9, 104.3 in Miami, and 103.1 HD3. It is such a powerful time for all of us, and it's a time for you to recognize your light. And we've got some things coming up at the Expedito Enlightenment Center that are designed to help you create more light, to find your power, to step into your personal energy. And we have a class coming up, drum roll please, tomorrow night, live at the center and live online. You can visit sarahspiritual.com to learn more about these classes, but tomorrow night we've got a class, How to Clear Your Aura and Your Space. This is about keeping your energy clear. So if you feel like you're in a toxic environment and you have to deal with a lot of different people, and you come home and you're feeling drained, more tired than poop, then guess what? We need to teach you how to clean your light and clean your energy. So we welcome you to join us at the Expedito Center in West Palm Beach, or join us live online. And the cost is only $15. Class is tomorrow night at 7:30. Goes for about an hour and a half, a little close to 2, depending on the class. And the flow of spirit, I'll be channeling all the information necessary to keep your energy clean and how to remove some of those energetic vampires. You've got some people making you feel tired, drained. We're going to help you out. And our next class is Tuesday, November 12th. And that is your soul purpose meditation. We're going to show you how to design your own purpose, how to find the messages within your soul to create this path of intention and destiny, and we're going to help you with a meditation to get there. That class is Tuesday, November 12th. That too is only $15. It begins at 7:30. Also available live online and live at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. And we have another class coming up. We've got our chakra class. I love talking about the energy centers in your body. That's Tuesday night, November 19th. You need to know how to balance and heal your chakras, how to have all the meridians flowing, have all the energy moving. Are you feeling stuck? Do you have pain in parts of your body that you can't understand and explain? You've been to the doctors, but they don't really see anything wrong. But yet you still have this nagging pain in a spot in your back, or maybe your neck is bothering you. Perhaps you have difficulties with your throat or your thyroid. What if there's energy stuck there and it's exacerbating the problem or causing the problem? What if you wanted to feel more connected to the divine, but you're having trouble kind of concentrating and praying and seeing the messages that God has for you? Perhaps your third eye is blocked. Perhaps your crown chakra is not receiving the blessings and the light from God. Maybe there's too much confusion. Are you thinking too much? Kind of easy to do in today's world. Well, we've got solutions for all of that and more at our Balance and Heal Your Chakra class. That is Tuesday, November 19th. It is at 7:30 as well. Cost is also $15. And this class as well is available live online and live at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. So I'd love to have you join me. And if you have not come to visit me at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, if you need a book to help uplift you, are you looking for some spiritual oils to shift your energy, for some aromatherapy? Are you looking for some sprays to uplift the energy in your home? Are you looking for crystals Maybe some crystal bracelets for protection, for love. Are you looking to have some herbs like sage to burn and clear out your home, or some resin, some incense sticks? Would you love to have an evil eye ornament to hang in your home for protection? Would you love to have an angel statue looking over you in your bedroom? We've got all this and more at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. So not only do I teach classes from the Expedito Enlightenment Center and do personal sessions, we are a full metaphysical center, and we have all the supplies that you need for building a strong relationship with your divine connection that leads you to the divine creator. So we would love to have you visit us. We are available on Tuesdays through Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you'd like a personal session, you can call the center, the Expedito Enlightenment Center, or you could go online and register for your session at sarahspiritual.com. Well, that's quite enough of all of that. Would love to have you join us. I am so excited to get to our phone lines, and I would like to send a lot of love to all my friends on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for sharing the page, sharing the light, and sharing the love. So share that page out and put your questions and comments in the feed, because we will be answering your questions shortly. So let's go to our phone lines, and I've got to go to Rachel. Rachel is in New York. Rachel, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And what is your burning question? How can we assist you in being your own personal hero?
It's funny. Every time I call, you're what my question is going to be. So just being my own hero, I have been sober for 4 months, or 4 years, I'm sorry. And recently I started drinking again, and I'm not really active and hiking, and I'm gaining weight, and I just feel like I'm kind of in my own way. And I started doing some meditation and journaling and Reiki, and I'm trying to see maybe where I'm stuck or like self-sabotaging, but nothing is really coming up. So I kind of just wanted to know, like, your insight on that.
Beautiful.
Like,
Yes.
what do you see, or
We've great questioning.
any block?
Great
Will I
questioning.
be okay in a couple?
We've got you. We've got you. So first of all, give yourself some grace, right? You're in a place where you've made a misstep. That misstep does not mean that you cannot get to where you were before, and even stronger and even better. So we're in this spot where we know we didn't want to be, but there has the power to change. This year is a year of your personal power. So this year of your birthday that just came is really a time of you stepping into that energy of who you are and who you've come to be. When I spin you back in the energy, and I take you back to the energy of 2021 into 2022, I feel like this was another transformative time for you.
Yep.
And then when I take us back, and I have to go back to 2012, this was another major part of your journey. And I feel like this was one of the more difficult transits for you. Is that also true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we're going to go back. And I have to go really back. And I ask the question, you ask the question of me, so now I ask the question of you. Who inside of you is feeling stuck and stagnant? Now I know you said you're having trouble identifying the moment where you found this ability to sabotage yourself. So I have to take you back. The angels take me back to age 8. So they take me back to the very beginning of the 1990s. And where were you not seen and heard and dismissed? Because this is the energy that you're holding. There is this energy that you are not okay or good enough the way you are, that you need to be silenced, that you shouldn't stand out. And so in your stepping back into drinking and your journey with alcohol, this has been a way to kind of let go of your inhibitions, to free yourself, to maybe speak a little more, because we become a little more chatty when we drink. There's this freeing, this less restrictive energy, right? Even though we know that it's not the right choice for us. So there were restrictions there. So when I look at the critical or restrictive parent, do we place that in the mother's side of the family?
Yes.
Because I see this critical spirit, nothing against your mother. I see this restrictiveness and you almost having to show up and be somebody that you weren't because you had to please her or walk on eggshells. Does this make sense? Yes?
Yeah, everything's 100% spot on, yeah.
So this is where we need to go to free you. So there's a work I do called soul integration. That is when you and I go back and we're going to talk to your little girl and we're going to integrate her and bring her forward so that she can join you. She is stuck, and so she's the one who feels like you're not worthy of the success you've accomplished. You're not worthy of the accomplishment of being able to be sober, right? Because that's not who you are, accomplished. That's your little girl talking. You know better. But she, as an orphan, is trapped inside of you, and she feels as if she does not have the power to be seen and heard, and therefore she needs to behave in an uproar, and that's essentially what's going on inside of you. It's like a mutiny in an orphanage. And there are times where you felt not seen, not heard, betrayed, not good enough, not worthy. These have all built up and become fragmented aspects of you within. So in the meantime, to you and I speak, which I do hope we have the opportunity to have this session, then I strongly suggest that you talk to your little girl. And you say to your little self, Rachel, you say, Rachel, it's okay. We have a voice. We can be our own hero. We can save ourselves, rescue ourselves from this plight that we're in, this challenge that we're in. We can rise above it. We can restore our health. We can step back into our confidence and our self-love and admiration. We can do this. Our mother's words do not define us. They do not determine who we become as an adult, only if we allow it. So speaking to her, I hear a song. I have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence in rain. I have confidence in confidence alone. Besides what you see, I have confidence in me. That is from The Sound of Music.
Love that.
Okay? So
yes, absolutely. Makes
it's time to get that confidence back within you. You know, maybe go watch Maria von Trapp and The Sound of Music, right? And see yourself in those little children that she was nurturing and caring for and parenting. Because if we know the von Trapp family and the father figure, well, he was very stern and very strict and almost dismissive because he was just trying to teach them to grow up and be good adults. But he wasn't loving them and being a father to them. He wasn't giving to them. And that's what he learned through the governess. So if you see yourself feeling like a child again and giving yourself permission to be free, and I say this to you and anyone else who is in a similar storyline, it's time for us all to take care of the child within.
Absolutely.
Rachel, I will tell you that this year of power will bring you the resolution, the strength, and the resolve of this experience of drinking so that you can come to an understanding and really remove it from your life so that you can have the best health and the best physical, mental, emotional experience in this embodiment that you desire in this physical life, and you will be able to attract all the aspects of life that you desire. This is one of the most powerful years, if you give yourself permission. It is energetically one of the most powerful years for you to accomplish anything and everything, from personal attainments to career advancements. This is a you go get 'em girl kind of year.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right,
Sarah,
Rachel,
you're amazing. I've
I
been
appreciate
with you
that.
for quite some time now, and I adore you. Every time we speak, every time I hear you sing, I just feel just so at peace, and I thank you for your work and all that you do for all of us.
I appreciate
Very
you
grateful.
for saying that. Thank you so much. God bless you. Keep us posted. Bye for now.
Okay.
866-972-7247. And from New York, New York, we're going to cruise on down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And we have Christine on the line. Christine, how are you?
Hi.
How are you doing, Christine?
Good. How are you?
Good. Christine, could you just speak up a bit, please? You sound just so far, far away.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
I hear you, yes. Christine, what is your question for us tonight?
What does spirit see?
Well, we could see so many things, so ask a question. You have a relationship question? What's your question?
Does spirit have anything from my mom?
On the other side?
Yes.
Okay. We will tune in and see if we can make that connection and see who steps forward. We can never guarantee who's going to come forward when we make that connection. So we're going to open up that energy, and while we are opening up that energy to see who steps forward for you, what I'd love to do is have you ask me a question about something going on in your life at this moment while we tune into Mom. So let's begin the conversation, because you and I building a conversation of connection allows me to connect with Mom and build a stronger connection for her to come to us, please. So what is your question besides that?
Not sure what to do about moving situation.
Okay. So this is a year for you to kind of put things in a better rhythm for yourself, a better balance. I feel that when I look back and I take you to 2021, makes me feel like this was a tough time for you. Is that true? 2021? About 3 years ago.
Not. Yes.
Okay. Christine, because your energy is a little kind of disconnected and you're very hesitant, I'm not connecting to Mom. I cannot bring Mom through at this minute. But I can tell you that I know that your mother would be in peace on the other side, but I am not making a strong connection for her at this moment. But as far as making a move, I can answer that question for you. And I do feel that there is an opportunity for you to make a move, and that's going to take you in the time of January into February. It's just a matter of you finding the right spot, but also getting the funds necessary to pay for this. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I look at that energy, I will tell you that the beginning of the year will help you with that. And I feel like there's a need to get out of where you are because you need to find a better sense of peace. Is that also true?
Yes.
Okay. And you will rise above that. And I encourage you to talk to your mom and to Ask her to give you signs, and she will connect with you and show you what the right next step is. And I do invite you, Christine, to call back, perhaps in a few weeks, and you and I can attempt to make a connection to your mom. I know that she's there, but I need her to transmit telepathically so that I can feel her energy and hear her thoughts in my mind. And I'm not able to do that with her at this time. All right?
Okay, do you see anyone that is stepping up? Or...
I was actually just really focused on bringing your mom through at this time. So we will reconnect at another time, you and I, all right? Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Bye
Thank
for
you.
now. You're welcome. Bye. 866-972-7247. That very often is a question, is that person available? And sometimes they're not available on the other side to just transmit and give us the energy necessary. And if your vibration isn't open as the person asking the question, then it takes a little longer to make that connection. And here on radio, we don't quite have all that time to form a connection with your loved ones on the other side. So if they step forward right away and it's easy for me to make that connection and begin to speak on their behalf, I love to do that for you. And in the case of Christine, that was not happening at that time. We are going to go to Facebook and YouTube in just a few minutes. So please put your questions and comments in the feed. And in the meantime, we are going to go to Cassie or Casey in West Palm Beach. Who do we have here?
Hello.
Yes, hello. What is your first name?
Kesey Thomas, last name Kesey.
Kesey. Okay, Kesey. Good to connect with you. Thank you so much for calling. This year for you is really opening up opportunities for you to expand, to get into this new energy, be more creative. I really feel that there's an intuitive side to you. There's a sense of connection of the universe, and I feel that you've been looking for answers as to what the next steps should be for you, how we could break your routine and express ourselves in a different way. Is that true?
Yes.
And Kesey, what is your question for us tonight?
I just lately I've been having someone constantly pulling on my energy, and I feel so drained. And our relationship been over with about a year or two. And it seems like he's just constantly pulling on my energy, and I want to know why.
Yes. Reconnecting. So we call that a little energetic vampire. And Kesey, you would be the perfect person to take our class tomorrow night and how to seal yourself off. They want to know where you are, what you're up to. They want you to think of them, to call them. They're really trying to maintain that connection with you. Even if they couldn't be bothered in the physical, it's almost as if because you were connected with them in relation, it's as if they consider you their possession, their belonging. And so they are connecting energetically in a way that keeps you constantly tied to them. This also indicates to me that the relationship in this lifetime is just not the only relationship. There are other lifetimes that you've spent together. And they're showing me a string of lifetimes. So it's as if in this person's mind, you have unfinished business. But if we look at how they handled the connection between the two of you, they created in this time around a lot of the unfinished business. Is that correct by their behavior and their actions?
Yes.
And so we want to cut those cords. So something you can do to help yourself, I can give you a little tip. Love to see you in class tomorrow night in West Palm Beach at the Expedito Center. Learn more about it at sarahspiritual.com to learn how to clean your aura and to seal yourself off and protect yourself. But one thing you could do is to ask Archangel Michael to surround you, protect you, and seal you off so nothing can penetrate your energy and you can remain sealed off and repel anyone's thoughts, intrusive energy and thoughts from coming into your field. So I would call upon the angels to help you.
Okay.
All right. Kesey, how did you hear about this show?
All right. I really appreciate it because I
Yes.
just feel so drained, and
Yes.
it just not. It don't feel like a good energy.
No, it's not a
don't
good
feel like a good
energy.
energy.
And how did you come to find us on the radio?
Oh, I was just searching the web.
Well,
and I came
there we
across
go.
this on YouTube tonight.
Well, great. We welcome you, and we look forward to hearing from you again. Bye for now.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
866-972-7247. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go to Facebook and YouTube and pop onto the phone lines. We've got calls all across the nation. I would love to hear from you as we open up our phone lines as we get ready to go to commercial. And when we come back, we're also going to pop over to California and see what's going on there. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call
Did you call me with your soul because you know me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation on the oldie station at 866-972-7247. That's the number to call in so that we can answer your questions. And we're asking for your questions on Facebook and YouTube. Please put them in the comments in the feed because we'll be getting there in just a minute. But before I go to Facebook, I've got to go to California. Here I come. I got to go talk to Dee in California. Dee, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Sarah. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. And Dee, what would you like to ask us this evening?
Oh my gosh. Well, how you started off in your monologue was, it's like you always have the perfect thing to say. It's like you were so connected to the divine timing. My question is the result. After a couple weeks ago, I was in your new moon releasing class, right?
Yes.
And the funny thing about doing this stuff is, for me, it's like sometimes I'm expecting instant, instantaneous results, and not normally. But then this time, that was the beginning, and then the small wave ended up becoming a tsunami within a couple of days ago, and this full release. So my question is, after having all these intense emotions and this ebb and flow of letting go, I'm experiencing these Matrix, like the movie kind of experiences with my surroundings. And I know I've asked Archangel Michael to be present in my life, and I feel like I'm constantly asking him to clear and cut old cords. And I'm not facilitating anything from the past, but I feel like some kind of way it keeps seeping through, and I'm not really understanding on how to address that at the moment. Like something today, I kept feeling something wanting to tell me that the words that like I'm not accepted, like over and over again. And then rather than having a response, I said to whomever that whatever you find acceptable isn't any of my business, so therefore leave me alone and just get out, basically. And I felt a clearing after that. So after that, then I come inside, and then the radio show is on, and then I listened to your radio show, and it was just like I said, divine timing. It was like the most perfect thing that I needed to hear. And everyone you've spoken to beforehand was connected to the questions that I actually had for you. So I got a lot of answers with the last call you said about the lady needing clearing, and then the first lady connecting to like her past and clearing up some energy. It's like, is that what's going on with me currently? I mean, I want to be able to move forward.
Well, there's a mix.
Cleanly.
There's a mix for you, Dee, right? We all have a little bit of what everybody else is going through at different points in our life. And in your case, yes, you are clearing old wounds within your physical, emotional, spiritual body. And most of them are still pertaining to this lifetime. But you're also having a bleed through of external intrusive thoughts, energetic attachments, vibrational pulls to try to distract you and take you off the path. Now, someone listening to this may say, good God, what is this woman talking about? So I'm going to explain it in a very basic breakdown. We all have a journey.
I'm being tested.
Yes, and we all have a journey. And your journey is to heal the wounds of the past. And while healing the wounds of the past, you are to move forward. And these wounds from the past have cords or threads that are like rubber bands. And sometimes you think you cleared the cord, you think you healed the wound, and I say this to you and others, We think we've moved forward, but there's this fine thread, almost like a stretchy dental floss, that's what they're showing me, that is very fine, that's just there, and you don't really notice it. You keep moving forward, and all of a sudden you start to get this pullback. And this pullback creates almost like this glitch in the matrix, if we use the matrix analogy that you started with. And you get a flash of other timelines and other things that might not actually be happening, but yet it's familiar. It's a feeling from the past. There'll be a thought of disruption. There'll be a doubt as to whether you're connected. And this is all meant to keep you spiraling in the circle. Now, you may say to me, well then, if the Creator's in charge, Sarah, then why would I find myself spiraling in a circle? If I'm meant to move forward and be the expression of divine wisdom and light and love. Because, yes, you're being tested, because the journey of moving forward to our divine expression requires strength, stability, courage, and a foundation that is rooted in the knowing that we are always safe, we are always one, and we are always protected. And you are reliving things that made you not feel good, not feel safe, not feel seen, not feel heard. And you've come so far. So again, as far as you've come, it's almost as if I should have been past all this already. Why is this bubbling back up to the surface? Or why is this thread, this cord's trying to yank me back? Why is this thought popping in my head? Because there's still what I call residue that needs to be removed. And so if we still have an opening in our auric field, the shielding of our energy, if we still have that little opening, that little thread just pokes right back through and hooks into you. And it doesn't let you go. So we have to remove it, seal it, and stand in the knowing that we have moved forward from this experience. So we have to let it go. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to give ourselves grace. You have in the past, not now, but in the past, Dee, you have been very hard on yourself. And so the universe, your guides and angels, want you to be gentle with yourself. And they want you to recognize that this is a time in your life. As I look at your birthday, and I look at the timing of your soul, it is a time for you to focus on what is my path of my expression of self in the physical realization of what would be considered a career in the ways of the world, but for me is my divine purpose. And you're learning to step into purpose. And that is going to include this year of 2024 into 2025. The completion of 2025. So we are essentially looking at about 14 months of your understanding where your pitfalls may lie, where your weak spots are. And the angels and the guides, God, they're not sitting there saying, oh, let's watch him walk in circles. No, they're saying, hey, you need to strengthen this aspect of yourself. Oh, you thought you were done with that feeling, that hurt, that pain, that repetitive thought. You thought you had good concentration. Look, there's an intrusive thought coming in. Where do you need to seal up your thoughts? Where do you need to be more mindful of your emotions? This is what they're making you aware of. So that when you find your, we'll use the word career, but we're seeing it more as a purpose and a mission, then you will be insulated. You will be able to move in the direction of your destiny. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, it does.
A mouthful, I know, but...
No, it's...
You're almost there. And you of all people, should look back and say, good job. Because look how far you come. Look at where you were in your finances. Look at where you were in your relationship to yourself, with yourself. Look at how you were in relationships with people, work environments. Just look at where you were. And look at the levels of stabilities.
I'm still a little concerned over the finances, but I keep telling myself, beyond the finances, I know I am abundant beyond all means. Right. And I know I'm in a much better space, and I know what I'm working on. But, you know, there's these little elements that you mentioned. It makes it seem like I'm being bullied in a way, but I guess it's just, you know, and it kind of, like, I'm like thinking I'm running towards a goal, you know, like a runner going, you know, about to cross the finish line, and then all of a sudden the finish line gets extended a mile in front of me, so it becomes like a mirage in a way.
Yeah, or a glitch in the matrix, right? Yes. And you know why we were talking earlier? Spirit had me write down a statement that is a statement that people are familiar with. Please remember that hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people. Okay. I say that, I channel that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they channel through me like you all the time, and it's really interesting. They make me seem like I'm wiser than what I am. Like one of the channels, I'm going to really share this briefly, but that I channeled October 8th. It says, patience to know and learn the things I ask to know, which is a big statement. Patience to know and to learn the things I ask to know. Patience and divine timing to understand all things challenging. Compassion for divine wisdom to integrate. Meaning just because I get an answer doesn't mean I fully understand it just yet. And it may take a little bit, like you plant a seed, it's not going to be a tree tomorrow.
Correct.
So it's like I get those kind of channels and I write them down because I go reread them and I'm like, oh, did I write that? But I always write the date because it kind of lets me know. I don't know how it came through. I just know it came through and it sounds really deep. When I reread it, it's just like, it makes me feel better. Like,
exactly.
You know,
and it's like the information that you would require at the time. And it is the automatic writing. And, you know, you've been working. You've been connecting to spirit. You've been developing this connection. And now they're giving you evidence that they're with you. And soon we won't have to sit there and whip out a pen. You'll just be in this place of like, oh, I know what to do. I know what to say. Oops, I'm not going to take this personally. I'm going to just move forward and everything's going to work out. Well, Dee, pleasure reconnecting with you. We appreciate it. We do have to pop off this call for now. We have others on the board and we must get moving. But I appreciate your sharing with us that wonderful share that you just did. And we thank you for your question.
Thank you, Sarah, for
You're
everything
welcome.
that you've done. I really appreciate you.
My pleasure. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. I promise, yes, I promise, I really did promise that I was going to talk to my friends on Facebook, my friends on YouTube. So we're going to pile on up a question and see what we've got going on in the feed. And my goodness, we have people talking up in the feed here. So I would love to see a question on my monitor so that we could answer a question. We have Tia Scott, and she says, will I see my godson soon? She raised him for about 10.5 months. She haven't seen him since. His mom came and took him from me. So Tia Scott, let's tune in to that energy. That answer is yes, but not now. The mother, I wish I had her birthday, Tia Scott, but the mother seems to be in a little bit of a power trip. I feel as if she holds a little bit of a resentment or a grudge that you built such a strong relation with her son. And so it's almost as if she's, and this may sound harsh, kind of being in the energy of she wants to remove that a bit so she can build and forge her own relationship. She will soften over time, Tia, and things will become a little bit more cordial, and you should be able to see your godson. But know that you had a karmic connection with this boy, and this was your spiritual duty to connect so that he would have the nurturing and love when his mom was really not in the best place to provide him with that. A great deed of love and action you took, Tia Scott. I know it hurts, but please understand that this was your mission from God, and God will bring you peace in this situation while we await the reunion between you and your beautiful godson. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. We're going to take another question from Facebook and YouTube. Let's see who we have. And then we'll go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. Let's pop up another question for us, please. We have Mary Katie. Mary Katie says, I've been feeling my brother's energy around me lately. Does he have a message for me? So you've been feeling his energy around you because the window of energy, the veil of energy, is very thin right now at this time. And as we come upon an anniversary or a birthday connected to your brother, he's able to communicate with you that he is bringing you love, and he is sorry that he left you so soon. He left before his time, and he wanted you to know that he's with you. His journey is one of peace and love, and he was also with you at the time of your birthday, and also will be continuing in these next few months to be very close for you, because I feel as if there's some family connection, Mary Katie, some family, I don't want to call it a celebration, but a family gathering, something of importance, not just the holidays, that's coming up that he wants to be a part of. But he is with you, and he sends you much love. Thank you, Mary Katie, for your YouTube question. We greatly appreciate you. We're going to go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And we've got to go to Cecilia, and she's in Fort Lauderdale. Cecilia, how are you tonight? Are you with us?
Hello?
Yes, how are you tonight?
Yes. Hi, Sarah.
Good to connect with you.
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good to
Thank
connect
you
with
so
too.
much.
Can you hear me well?
I hear you perfectly. Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. What is your question for us tonight?
I just want to ask you one question. Will I meet the person for me, like the heart connection that I deserve and want? Not just a typical man, but a soul connection from the heart, you know? Will I meet that person? Is it in the cards for me?
Someday he'll come along, the man I love, and he'll be big and strong, the man I love. Yes, we see it. We see it because there's an expansiveness of consciousness that you have been putting out to the universe, and you have been in the energy of specificity as to what you desire. But you've also been spending quite a bit of time in these past 2 years of working on yourself, developing yourself, being the you that is worthy of the partner you desire, and making sure you're the equal vibrational match. And you've been releasing a lot of old energies. Is this true?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, true, yes.
It is true, but I feel that I've been doing that all my life, and I never found a good man for me. And I've always been doing this my entire life, like always been working on myself, releasing energy, trying to be aware, meditating, doing all of the things to take me closer to the truth and my heart, you know?
Absolutely. But remember, everything has its time. And when we are attracting a divine partner, a divine mate, this is something that we are asking for, as you said, not just anybody. You see, I love when people say, oh my God, I missed my opportunity for my soulmate. We have many soulmates. We have many people that we will meet in our path. Some of them will be friends. Some of them will be lovers. And then there's the divine mate, the person we were ultimately meant to meet. And some of us choose to journey through soulmates, get distracted, go down the different path, and we don't quite get to that divine mate in this lifetime, just because they're unable to be alone. They want to have someone, and they attract someone who's at a match for them where they are. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Many of us have had people we've been with for a while, but they weren't the person we were meant to be with. You are waiting, be of courage and wait on God. You are waiting for God to bring forth that person. And you are in this energy of expansive consciousness, and we are about to close out a 18-year cycle of energy. So I need to put you back to 2006, somewhere about 2006. This is the time of wherever you were and whatever you were doing and working on yourself, that all this work that we've done from 2006, the challenges we've had in life, the relationships and connections we've had with people in passing, these are all closing out, and we are opening up a whole new energetic cycle. It is going to open up for you for relationship in 2025, not in the initial first few months. I know you've waited this long. What's another few months? Because the energy on the planet would not be ripe enough to line up that person so that the two of you meet at the perfect time. But when I take you to the spring of 2025, that's when that energy is very conducive for you to line up finally with that person. In the meantime, you will continue to be ready to meet the person. Will they come? Yes, they will come. Is it coming soon? Yes, it is. Soon, measurement of time, difficult to measure, but that's the window Spirit gives me, is like the opening of that energy. And you keep doing what you're doing and reflect on, after our call, 2006, maybe 2005 into 6, and to reflect on the past 18 years and see where were you, who was in your path, how have you up-leveled, and where were some of the pitfalls in the time personally, career-wise, because it's a big cleanup of all the energy that didn't serve you so that we can prepare you with a clean slate in 2025. I hope I've been of some service to you. We are popping off for commercial. I appreciate your call.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. Write the number down and join us in our next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
And we don't know where to go. The world is...
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game.
Yes, we can't stay the same. We have to make some changes, and well, the world's going to make changes all around us, and we've got to be in tune with ourselves and who we are. We're welcoming you to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we're welcoming our friends on Facebook and YouTube. Please put your questions, your comments in the feed. I want to talk to you. We've got some events coming up at the Expedito Enlightenment Center. Please visit sarahspiritual.com to learn about our classes that we've got coming up. We've got our How to Cleanse Your Aura, Protect It, Shield It. That's going to be tomorrow night at the Expedito Center. Then on Tuesday, November 12th, we've got a fabulous class that is going to help you find your purpose. You're wondering what your mission is, your purpose? We've got a meditation and a class to help you find your way to your destiny. And then we've got a chakra class. Learn how to keep your chakras balanced, your energy clear, and feel the good vibes throughout your body so you stay healthy and aligned with the divine. If you'd like a personal session with me, Sarah Spiritual, visit sarahspiritual.com. There you'll learn all about the different sessions that I offer, and you can always call our center, the Expedito Enlightenment Center, and book an appointment. And we have some wonderful services coming up this weekend. We've got Reiki services by Sharon coming up, and she's going to be there. Sharon Young is going to be there on Friday and Saturday at the center offering her Reiki sessions. And next week we have crystal healing bed services with Calvin Cates. You can learn all about that at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. And so we're going to go to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. And I've got to pop over to Coconut Creek. I've got Bobby on the line. Bobby, how are you?
Hi, my name is Bobby, and I have a question for you. Actually, a quick question is spirit and God the same thing?
When I refer to it, yes. Thank you.
Okay, cool. You know, because I'd like to have a better relationship with spirit, and I've often felt like, you know, God or spirit was this big man in the sky ready to beat me over the head because I do something wrong, and you know, go directly to hell, do not pass go, do not collect 200. How can I get over that so I can have a better relationship with spirit?
Well, that's a fabulous question. So if we go back to our school training, our Catholic training, that will tell us that, you know, God is above us and we are here to serve. So we are here to serve God, but it will also tell us that God is going to punish us. And God will put us through tests, but God does not punish us. And for many of us in the spiritual community, we do not see it as a hell or a limbo, like you don't know where you're going, you're going to be floating somewhere for eternity. There's not a limbo either. It is that this experience of earth is really all about us learning how to express ourselves in the human embodiment and still remain connected to spirit, to God, the God within us, right? When we say namaste, we honor the God in someone else, and we honor the God within ourselves. The God in me honors the God in you. So each one of us is the expression of God. And so how we learn to develop a stronger relationship with God is to remember, unlike our early childhood training, God is not separate from us. It's not God is there and we are here. God is within us. God is pulsating in every action that we do, positive and negative, because God's experience is the expression of His authority in all that we do, and at times we may direct our energy in maybe a not the best choice, but that's not a judgment, because then God would be judging God for the action taken. God is experiencing through us humans the human embodiment and allowing us through our emotions, our senses, to express love and joy, and also learn to govern our emotions, and then that leads us into negative emotions, which we must pass through. So spending time with God is understanding that we are one with God. We're one with the Holy Spirit. The Spirit is dwelling within us, and we're not separate. Talking and asking for signs and evidence and being playful with it, right? It's not, again, that they're the towering parent over us and we are the little child hoping to please the parent. We are always pleasing God. Even when we make a misstep, everything is in divine order because God has the knowing of the plan, knowing that we're going to make a misstep or have a difficult time. And God is not standing there judging us, saying, oh, you shouldn't have done that, bad little girl, bad little boy. God is encouraging us to use that misstep to find our own power, to find that hero within us, and find the God within us to forgive ourselves and move forward. So removing that sense of separation, understanding that God is within you, and inviting that in your life every day will make your relationship easier. Does that offer you some insight?
Yes, I really appreciate that. And also, I work with Archangel Ariel. Some people say Ariel, some people say Ariel.
Yes.
And I was wondering sometimes I can feel her and sometimes I have a hard time feeling her. But I'd like to be able to feel her and turn to her versus going to the snack cupboard and getting a pack of crackers out, because I'm discovering that some of my rings that I really like don't fit as good anymore, and I'm gaining some weight, and how can Ariel help me with that? Because I know she does. It's just, how can I really tune into her, more? Because we've been working together for several years, as you can probably tell, and
interesting enough, you have many angels with you, all right? And Ariel is bringing in that energy of that feminine energy, that sense of love and understanding, and also the path of enlightenment, right? And opening you up. And asking Ariel, as you sit and pray and meditate, to give you a sensation of feeling when she is in your aura, in your energy. And asking her to let you know if it's going to be a warm sensation, a cool sensation, a breeze, right? And coming into an understanding of what the signs and symbols are so that you know that Ariel is close to you. And then asking Ariel to assist you in making choices and understanding what's the next step for yourself, helping you maybe curb some of the human cravings that make you reach for the cabinet of crackers, so to speak. It is the perfect time for you to call upon her as you journey in this path of enlightenment and asking her to give you the senses and the feelings that represent her, the symbols and the signs. When you're outside of your home, say, show me, cause my attention to pay attention to something around me in my surroundings that represents you, and show it to me in a repetitive manner so I recognize it as a symbol and a sign that you are with me. So then perhaps every time you see a cardinal or a dragonfly or a particular type of bird that you're drawn to, right? Then you will be drawn to Ariel going, thank you for your presence. And then you will learn what that message means. When I see this type of bird, Ariel is letting me know that I can be free to be myself. When I feel this sensation, Ariel is telling me, hey, wait, be careful. You think this person has good intentions, but you need to pause and feel their energy a little more before you share too much or engage too much. And Ariel will give you all of those symbols as you ask for them. Does this assist you?
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate your help.
Thank you. Bobby, how did you hear about the show?
I found it on the True Oldies channel website.
Oh, wonderful.
I listened to different spiritual radio stations and stuff, and I just moved down here back in March, and I've been listening to True Oldies channel off and on since about April, and when I found out that your program was on, I thought, well, I'm going to take a nap and I'll wake up and see if it's on. And when I turned it on about an hour ago on my Echo device, it was on. And then I thought, I'll call in. And then I turned it on out in the other room on the radio.
Well, thank you so much for listening. We greatly appreciate it. And do check out my website, sarahspiritual.com. There you'll see some of the classes that I've offered in the past that are very inexpensive and available for download. They may help you with building relationships with your angels and such. You'll see those downloads there. And also, you may want to, after reading the description of tomorrow night's class, you may want to join us online live and be a part of the excitement and be a part of our spiritual community here in South Florida.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I feel so much better after talking with you.
Thank you so much, Bobby. We appreciate you, and welcome to our family. I'm sure we'll talk again. Bye for now.
All right.
866-972-7247. I've got to go to Texas. I've got Melissa. Melissa, how are you tonight?
Hi, Sarah.
Melissa, are you ready to advance financially? Because this birthday of yours just opened up the financial faucet of abundance flowing to you. Are we looking to make a shift in our work and career at this time? That energy is very strong around you.
Oh my goodness. I haven't talked to you in forever, and it's been a while. And you just hit the nail on the head. I actually just started a new position at a new company within the last 2 months. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. It's been an absolute whirlwind for me, but just everything about it has just been so great, and I've just been so happy with it.
Yes, good. I'm really glad. I hear that music in the background in my mind. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. You're on the move, girl.
That's so great.
You're moving forward. Now I know there's a question that you have for me. What is your question?
Well, it's so funny that you said that, because I think today somebody actually flipped up and said that I would be getting my own team in Houston. So again, you're hitting the nail right on that head.
Beautiful.
My question really just kind of more pertained to love. I guess my love life has just been kind of just really just not so great lately.
Yeah, all over the place, yes. Is there a birthday of someone you'd like to ask me about?
There is. It's February 18th.
Okay, so this person has really not the best time going on around them. This year has been a little challenging for them. They're not their best version of themselves. Is that true?
Correct. No, you're right. I found out some information that's very disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was just so surprised and shocked at the information that I got. And I was just like, you've just got to be kidding me. It's like one bad seed after the other.
Yeah. Well, when we look at this birthday and this person, we ask the question of you to ask yourself, is this an equal vibrational match for me, or do I deserve more? Nothing against the person. And this is going to be a challenging time for them. And things should shape up for them, thankfully, in January, February, March, in this beginning part of the year of 2025. I can't believe I have to say 2025. But as I look at this... I can't
believe we're almost there.
I'm like, part of me is still stuck in 2020. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm like, what the heck? How did we get past all these years? But here we are. And when I look at his energy, I really feel that he's doing the best he can with what he has, but I don't know that he can give you what you need and want. That said, you have some choices to make. Now, when I spin you to the summer or June of 2025, that's when your soul is going to be asking you some big questions. Right now, we're trying to get our feet wet. We're trying to get ourselves settled in this career. We're really working hard on producing and performing and generating revenue, income, and feeling successful. And you're enjoying that feeling. So it's not to take away from that feeling. But once we get that under wraps and we have it all laid out for ourselves, and I love this about Spirit, because Spirit will often be very logical about some of these things. They're like, yes, we know you humans want love and want to feel loved and heal your wounds, but we also need to make sure that you have the capabilities of providing for yourself, since we dropped your little spirits in a human body and now you have to sustain and maintain yourself. So Spirit will make sure that we get these career things moving. But then your soul's going to be saying, but what's next? Who should stand beside you? What would make your heart feel fulfilled? What is your reason for being? And whom would you like to share it with? And this is where things get very interesting. Like really interesting. Like you could maybe write a book. Because there's a sense of, you know where you've been and you know what you've done before and what hasn't worked for you. And you've got your list of experiences, as we all do. But yours have been interesting. Not all of us have as many good stories.
Very, to say the least.
Very interesting. That's why I said we're writing a book. And then all of a sudden we have this burst of energy that shifts your frequency, and we start attracting different people into our circle. And then you're going to be like, wow, now I get it. I've been selling myself short all this time when God was really trying to give me a better person, and I was just selling myself short. And so God's going to do that for you. So we want you to trust that experience and see where this current experience will take you. And when it feels uncomfortable and you keep seeing things that aren't working for you, then you believe and stand up for yourself and claim what's best for you. Have we answered your question, Melissa?
You absolutely have, and you've just brought me so much more comfort to myself.
Good. Well, we thank
to
you.
The questions that I had.
We appreciate you remembering us and staying in touch with us.
Oh, always.
And following the radio show. We appreciate that. And congratulations on your new accomplishments in work. And psst, I think you got a team coming too. So get ready. You're doing a great job. And you're moving forward.
No, they did. They spilled the beans on accident.
Yeah.
I don't think I was supposed to know just yet, but they did.
But it's coming. I see it. So you are on track. Thank you, Melissa. We appreciate you calling from Texas. Stay well, and we look forward to talking again. Bye for now. 866-972-7247. Let's go to our friends on Facebook and YouTube while we get our phone lines ready for some more calls. Let's see who we have on Facebook and on YouTube. Let's see who we've got here. All right, let's see. Who do we have? I'm waiting. Where? There we go. We've got Karen Martin. All right, Karen wants to know, what does she need to know? That's what I want to know. What do I want to know? What do we need to know? Well, Karen, you've got a lot coming up here. First of all, when we get into the energy of your birthday, this really proves to be a time of alignment and a time of you kind of feeling like the things that have set you off center, you're going to be much more centered. Also, Karen, they want you to know there's a female energy standing above you, positions self in energy of mother energy, maternal energy. She is looking after you, very connected to you. And I don't know, I feel like there's something, another celebration around the time of your birthday, and I don't mean the holidays, that's connected with this female that was important to you who has passed. So I'm going to leave that with you because you and I don't have a dialogue for us to confirm that. But I want you to know, Karen, that you're going to feel more centered. Spirit wants you to know that everything's going to work out. You shouldn't feel as out of sorts as we get into the 2025. And I do feel that financially things are going to ease up for you, Karen. And if you are considering making a move, this is something that would present itself in the year of 2025. So if you're thinking of making a move, don't push it away, entertain it, and see what opens up for you in 2025. Thank you, Karen Martin, for your Facebook question. Let's take one more from Facebook and YouTube, and then we will go back to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. I'm going to open up some phone lines for our callers right now, and actually they're waving me to go take a commercial break, and then we'll come back to our phone lines. So stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you know me?
Do you know me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. You're listening to us on the Oldie station, and you're listening to us in Miami. We are going to go to our phone lines, and I've got Mary, and Mary is in Fort Lauderdale. Mary, how are you tonight?
My goodness, I am just peachy keen. How are you?
I'm pretty peachy keen too.
Really?
Thank you so much, Mary.
Oh.
Mary, how did you hear about the show?
Freddie told me about you, and I decided to check you out. Let me get my spirit on.
So great, Mary. Thank you so much for calling in, and we thank Freddie for sending you our way. Mary, what is your question for us?
Let me think. What will my question be?
Well,
I kind of feel centered. I don't. Oh, you know what? I bet I got dead family. Does anybody want to talk to me?
Well, I'm sure they do, but we have to wait for them to connect with us. They may want to talk to you. They may not want to talk with me. But Mary, when I look at the energy around you, this is a time to step into your creativity. It's a time for you to be expressive, inspired. It's a time for you to get out of your routine, get out of the box. Have you been feeling as if you were stuck and stagnant for a while, and now you're just getting ready to have a coming out party? Is that true, Mary?
Sort of. I mean, I have clinical depression, so I typically battle with that and fight with it all the time. But I always rev myself up because I know I'm a rock star, and I create every day.
It's very important. It's very important that you talk to yourself, and you can raise your vibration. And yes, we can have a diagnosis of depression, but we don't need to allow that to disrupt us and kind of keep us in a box and keep us stuck. I do have some connection here on the other side. Female energy, energy of maternal energy steps above you. Mother energy, mom has passed, please, Mary.
Yeah.
She stands above you. She makes me feel like she has been gone for a few years. Is that correct?
She's been gone for a long time.
Yeah. And as I connect to her, she makes me feel like she had a personality that the word she gives me is memorable. She'd like to make things memorable. I don't know if it's her personality or the things she used to do for people. There's something memorable about her. I know we could say that about a lot of people's family members, but that seems to be important to her, that something's memorable. Is there some memory or something that we've been honoring, or something that's coming up that's connected to Mom? Because she makes me feel like there's something connected to her coming up. Will she have a birthday, anniversary?
I've always let her live in my heart. So I feel like the reason I am the mom I am is because of her. So I've always felt a connection. So,
lasting memory.
But I'm curious about a vibration. Somebody told me I could feel my vibration. Can you feel my vibration? What would that be? And if it's high or low, what does that mean?
Well, that's a great question. So everybody has a vibratory pattern. We all are vibrational beings. And depending on what we're going through, our vibration could be very up and upbeat and vibrationally strong and happy. And then there's other people who have a lower vibration and they just don't send out as many energetic signals, right? Because they're kind of more reserved and their vibration is not as high and highly connected. They're more rooted in what we call the 3D, the physical world. So when I look at the energy around you, Mary, this energy shows me that you're even though you have your battle with sometimes feeling a bit of depression, your vibratory pattern is relatively high, and I feel like you're always doing your best to be connected, to be inspired, and there's this high vibratory pattern that other people feel when you come in the room. They notice you, they feel your connection, and they recognize you. And everyone has a vibration.
So that's a good thing to have. You want to have a high vibration? Is that,
yes.
I don't know. The vibration stuff is very fascinating to me because like that. is it bad? Like, I don't want to qualify it with good or bad, but I meant that's what we do in the society. So,
yes. So a high vibration is a more desirable vibration, because the higher your vibration, the faster the frequency, the closer you are to the divine beings. In other words, I have to uphold a very high vibration to be able to even see that your mother is with you, to be able to connect to your guides and your angels, to be able to hear spirit to get an answer. So I literally raise my vibration. How do I do that? I pray and I raise the vibration up by feeling as if my energy is stretching outward to meet the frequency of God. And once I feel that connection to God and the angels, I feel a different sense of peace and love and light than I do when I just run around the streets, just hanging out with people. There's a lot of density, but when I need to connect to get messages, I have to release all of the density of the world and all of our problems and struggles that go on in the world, and then I raise my vibration and I can feel the essence of God permeating through my aura, and then I feel that connection in a thought, a feeling, with music surrounding me, whatever form they choose to give me to express a message to a caller. That's how I make the connection.
Sure. Can I ask you one question? I have a question. It's not about me, though. It's about my daughter, because she's amazeballs, right? And she's in a job that she does not like, and she's super talented and can do anything she wants.
Mary, can I have her birthday? Because that's the way I need to connect to her.
Oh, July 22nd of 98.
Okay. So 2020.
She's manifesting a lot of stuff and putting a lot of good energy out there. I just sometimes worry for her that she's not, that she gets so anxious and anxiety ridden that it almost gets her, like, she pushes people away. And
okay, well, let me share.
I think that she's got the right person.
Let me share with you what I hear. Last year, 2023 into 2024, was a challenging time for her. It was a self-expression time that she had to make choices, and she's not quite on the path that's in alignment with what brings her joy and happiness. And so when I take her into 2025, out of this year, she'll be stepping into much more personal power, passion, reason for being, and you'll find that the people and the job and everything that doesn't align with her, she's going to find a way to step away from. There will be another job opportunity for her. It's just for right now, she doesn't have the strength and the wherewithal to break free, but I see that coming into 2025, she will be able to do that. All right, Mary, for this minute, our call is complete. Yep. I trust that I've been of service to you, and thank you so much for calling. All right. Bye for
Have
now.
a good night.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye. 866-972-7247. We've got to pop off and take a brief commercial. Then we're going to go right back to our phone lines. We've got calls all across the nation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITOenlightenmentcenter.com. EDITO EnlightenmentCenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me.
Did you call me with your soul? Because you know me. I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation. And we've got to go to Rhode Island. I've got Dorothy on the line. Dorothy, how are you tonight? Are you with us,
Sarah?
Dorothy? Yes, hello. How are you?
I'm well. And yourself?
I'm doing great, Dorothy. What is your question for us tonight?
My brother, whose name is Jimmy, had the surgery on last Friday.
Yes.
And he was 7.5 hour.
This is a back surgery, please?
I'm sorry?
It was a back surgery, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, that
great.
is correct.
Okay.
And the doctor said that they felt that they did a marvelous job. And so today my brother went to this rehab where
Yes.
they sent him.
Yes.
My question regarding him, he was born May 12th. He's about 3 or 4 years younger than
Okay,
but
I got it.
I
Go
was
ahead.
I was just wondering what does the going forward, will this surgery be as well as what the doctors thought they did?
Well, it's going to be an adjustment for your brother. He's got some healing to do.
Yes. Right.
I know the next 6 weeks will be a little difficult for him. They're going to push him. You know, your brother doesn't always like to be pushed, right?
That's right.
He's a stubborn thing. So we've got to, encourage him that, to really invite his body to participate in this healing process and to push himself so that he can regain comfortability and, ease with movement, because I feel like he was always in so much pain. And part of his brain, I'm not a doctor, but this is what Spirit is telling me, is going to just want to keep holding on to the pain because he's so used to feeling pain. So he has to let his body almost like release the pain and allow the body to heal so that as he moves, he can feel less and less pain. Of course, there's, I'm sure, a little residual pain from the surgery. I'm sure he has meds for those. And as he feels better, I do feel, as he progresses, he's going to do well. It'll be a better quality of life than he had before. How much of that is marvelous? All I can say is time will tell. Okay. But he did make the right choice. We know that Spirit had encouraged him to do this, that he was going to be protected and he would come out of the surgery all right, and he has. So we need him now to put his emphasis on healing so that he can regain some joy and movement.
Okay, very good.
All right,
daughter
Dorothy.
got the job offer in California, so I will go out there for maybe for the winter, but at least for 6 weeks.
Oh, if you can get a break for the winter and go to California, you pack right up, honey. You go. It'll be a great time for you. All right, Dorothy, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you. All right, bye for now.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye for now.
And I've got to go to Sylvia. Sylvia is in California. Sylvia, how are you? Are you with us, Sylvia?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good, Sylvia. Great. Round and round you go. Where you stop, nobody knows. This is the year of shift and change and movement for you. Are you feeling like you've got to make some changes? Feeling like you've got to cut some things out so we can clear the way for new? Is that how you've been feeling?
Yes. Yes.
So take a deep breath, because this year, as we close this 2024, it is time for you to release and really ask Sylvia, what do I want for 2025? Because when I move you to your birthday, it is a brand new awakening. It is a time of you really having the energy that's conducive to support you in attracting and creating the balance in your life that you've been looking for. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
And Sylvia, what is your question for us today?
I've been kind of kicking around things. I've been tackling quite a few bills and stuff, but I need to get myself a little bit more financially stable.
Yes.
So I'm kind of stuck as to maybe do like a side gig or something in regards to that. So then that way, financially it'll be a little better, and then maybe even be able to, one step closer to getting my own home or something like that. So I was just kind of looking for some guidance.
So when I look at the balancing act here, and if I look at a path of the next 18 months, taking us into the year of 2026, I then see that we are in a much better financial position. Now, finding a side hustle, something that doesn't require a lot of time, but when you apply yourself, will help you generate revenue, is something I want you to think clearly on as to what would bring you joy. So are we looking at a business for ourselves? We lost the connection. Sylvia, I hear you, but you're faded.
Oh.
There you go.
I was saying, yeah.
Again, you get garbled. I'm sorry. But Spirit is saying that you can do something that would be your own business, your own gig, that would be of benefit for you. Is that something that you've given thought and consideration to?
Yeah.
So finding something that is not just business, but a creative outlet for you would help you. You could do something that's online. They do present that to me. But you could also do something that has got a creative, fun flair that you could use to meet different people as well. So explore that and see what that will bring you. You will have a clearer picture as to what that could be as we get closer into January. Spirit wants you to explore a few options. I know you've put a few things in your mind. They're saying to look at 3 different options so that you could attract something better for yourself.
Okay. All right.
All right. Sylvia, the connection is a little bit off, so I'm going to bid you farewell for this minute, and we do hope to hear from you again.
All right. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
We're going to go to Nancy, and she's in Fort Lauderdale. Nancy, how are you tonight?
Hi, I'm wonderful. Thank you. I really love your show, and I listen all the time. You help so many people, and it's really a blessing.
Oh, thank you so much. It's our pleasure. Thank you. Nancy, what is your question for us before we're closing the show?
Okay. My question is about until the end of the year related to career.
When I look at where you are in your journey, this year is actually the best time for you to make a shift, a promotion, an advancement in the new year. So if this is something that's in your thought process, Spirit advises you to move forward. The energy will be open from the month of November to May of next year for making major choices that lead into the advancement and promotion financially and career that will set you up for the next 5 years. So it's a really powerful question you're asking, because you are so on point by asking that question, because this is the perfect time for you to make a movement in career. Is that something that you're directing yourself to do at this time?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Nancy. And it's going to be a powerful time of expression. I feel as if it's going to let you express who you are, who you've come to be. It's really going to be an avenue of not just financial growth and advancement in career, but it's also going to allow you to feel as if you're doing something that is putting you on a path of purpose as well. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, very much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
That's a
Nancy.
blessing. And I am steadfast and true, and I'm moving it through.
All right, then you keep on moving, honey. Ain't no stopping you now. Thank you so much, Nancy, for listening to the show. We greatly appreciate you. All right, bye for now. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Well, just like that, our time has flown by. So if you're just joining us, we do hope that you join us next Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m., where you can call in and ask your questions on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, because we're here every Wednesday sharing the experiences of your lives and getting the guidance from Spirit to assist you on your journey. We thank you so much for joining us. If you'd like to learn more about me, Sarah Spiritual, go to sarahspiritual.com. Come visit me at my Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. You can learn more about the center at sarahspiritual.com. We thank you so much for spending time and space with us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be of service. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores.